So, truly one of the great honors of my life and all the music I've listened to is to be able to talk to the legendary Chucho Valdés. So it's a real pleasure to meet you. When I was 16 years old, I discovered Latin jazz through an album by Paquito de Rivera called Blowin'. And inevitably that led me back to a group called Irakira and an album called Chequere Son in the late 70s, early 80s. It was one of the few albums I had, and I discovered a new element about Latin music. And this was the Latin Afro-Cuban diaspora spreading a new wave, following on from the greats like Dizzy Gillespie that came before. And it's such a legacy of music. You created that band over 40 years ago. It must be very proud for you to be able to travel the world and celebrate their music in 2017.
Yes, I think that the pioneers, no? Pioneers was Dizzy Gillespie, Mario Bauzá, Luciano Pozo, Chico Farrell. But in the 70s, Irakere, I made the band Irakere with the younger generation of the Cuban musicians. Irakere was a real all-star, but we changed many things in the Cuban music or Afro-Cuban music because we take the African percussion, tambores bata, chequere, and we was for the new sound, watching for the new sound, finding for the new sound, and I wrote some of the composition, Bacalao con Pan, Paquito wrote Chequere Son, I wrote the Black Mass, or La Misa Negra, and Irakere break the old fashion, I don't know is the word, and make a new word in the Latin jazz fusion with the African language, Lukumi and Yoruba, but with the bebop and some element of the funk too, and it was a boom.
The funk element was really important. When I heard Chequere Son, it reminded me of Fela Kuti with the heavy horns and the heavy bass lines, you know, that Nigerian Afro-funk vibe.
Yes, the Afro-funk. The Afro-funk with the Afro-Cuban. It's the Afro-funk, Afro-Cuban, Afro-Jazz. Jazz is Afro-American music too. And all the elements was very compatible. And Irakere find a new way for the music.
Your latest album is a celebration of the band Irakira, recorded live in Marciac in France. That's a very special place. It has a very special vibe. You must have really enjoyed that.
Many people want that I take again the Irakere, the original Irakere. But I was thinking how the new generation, the new musicians, they can play this music now. Now was the younger, I think that the best younger generation in the Cuban music playing the same thing that Irakere played before. And was very interesting because it's a new point of the partitura, a new point of view. It's the same thing but different too. And I am very happy with the experiment because the sound was very good too.
What I loved about your concert tonight is you played a little bit of the Beatles, I think, you played some Chopin, you played the standards, and you played solo piano as well. Do you like playing solo piano more than being in a band, or do you prefer being around other musicians to play with?
I like play with the band. In some moment play a solo in the same concert, but many times I play solo piano concert. But it's a different, It's a different emotion. When I play with the band, it's one thing. When I play solo, it's other word, and I like both.
Love the improvisations around Chopin, and they loved it here in the Ukraine, of course.
Yes, because I like I play when I was younger, I studied classical piano. I play Rachmaninoff, Chopin, Bach, Beethoven, everything. But after I said no, I will play Afro-Cuban and jazz, and I take the elements of the classical for my new music. And this is the Chopin Preludio number 4.
A real honor for me to speak to you. Chucho Valdés, thank you so much for joining us on Jazz FM.
I'm sorry for my English, but I am very happy to.
Much better than my Spanish, trust me.
Thank you,
sir.